Hi,
Hi,
we're
we're
the
the
Jordans.
Jordans. And on today's episode, we are coming to you live from Bangkok, Thailand. But we're actually going to talk about our first impressions of Tokyo, Japan. We spent a week in Japan. It was our first time in Japan and specifically in Tokyo. And so today we wanted to kind of go over our nine first impressions of Tokyo. So here we go. And we made a list here. So we're going to go one by one. Number one, I would say that Tokyo was very efficient.
hmm
Yeah. Like they're all about being on time, and the city just is run so efficiently. It's so refreshing because, for example, um, time is of the essence in that city. And coming from the United States, time does not always matter to in the US like it does here. So the fact that the city is run very efficiently, I think what was very eye opening to me. But yeah, that was number one.
Number two, it was very clean on the
Mm-hmm.
streets and just everywhere in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like people, the citizens would actually go out of their way to clean up the street. So, like, if you're walking down the street at an intersection, there are multiple times that I saw citizens actually picking up trash as they're walking, to their destination. Um, Workers were cleaning up the sidewalk in front of their business and like down the street from their business, which is the US could never do that. I've never seen that in the US where people took such pride in their streets. Yeah, yeah, I would agree. Clean is definitely how to describe Tokyo. Number three, quiet. hmm Tokyo's very quiet compared to a lot of cities, especially in the U.S. Especially coming from living or staying here in Bangkok. Bangkok is loud. Tokyo is very quiet. For example, on the train, when you're in the trains, people don't talk, and I think that that's very respectful of other people on the train because you don't really know what people are going through, and people are trying to get to where they're going. There's no like spiel like on trains in like New York City or Chicago. You don't have like the people being loud and rowdy. Like no, it's just everyone's peaceful and quiet. Even the ambulance.
Yeah, very quiet.
The noise, the siren is very muted compared to an ambulance in the United States. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Yeah. And next one.
The style people wore was very different from the
Mm-hmm.
US. Everybody wore their best or very different clothing to wear out in public just every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. Like when we were at Tokyo Disney, people dressed to the nines, like heels. It's such cute dresses and um, very feminine. I would say that the style in Tokyo specifically, I can't speak for the other cities, but women dressed very feminine, ruffles and lace and like I said, platform shoes and bows, and I just thought it was very cute and very refreshing. And I would say that when Walt created Disneyland, the original Disneyland, that in his pictures people dressed up to go to the parks. And so to see people at Tokyo Disney dressing up to go to the parks was actually like a breath of fresh air. Now, I would say playing onto that, the location, like Orlando is so hot, you don't dress up at Disney World because it's just so hot most of the year. But one of the luxuries I think of being in Japan and in Tokyo and Tokyo Disney's weather for most of the year is that you can dress up, and so they do that in the style. I just thought the style was great in Tokyo. Definitely made me second guess what I was gonna wear a couple times. But yeah, number five, I think this is one we loved, was the water. The water quality. It tastes so good. Yeah.
And it's so refreshing to have it
hmm
accessible everywhere.
hmm
Um, yeah,
It tastes so good. Now, being from Texas, our water is drinkable, but it tastes disgusting. So we definitely drink filtered water, bottled water at home. And I would say in probably a lot of United States, there is not good tasting water, but it is drinkable. But there are also cities in the US that the water is not drinkable. So the fact that Tokyo's water was drinkable, you could, brush your teeth with it, shower with it, not a big deal if water got in your mouth. It just tastes so good. Like tap water it tastes so good. It's not something we're used to. And I will say, not that this is a comparison video to Thailand, but here in Bangkok, the water is not drinkable. So now we're back to bottled water and just having to be conscious about the water here. Not brushing our teeth with the water here, which is something we could do in Japan without a problem. But yeah, number 6.
Cabs were pretty expensive, and trains were more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to use the train pretty frequently,
Mm-hmm.
and they were easy to navigate around the city. Um, we used the taxis or cabs um, when we needed to get somewhere pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
um, just so we didn't have to go through any traffic or hit any unneeded stops along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cabs were pricing on par with the US, definitely. That was something that I think kind of shocked us because with every other thing being a little more affordable than the US, the cabs were not affordable. Like one of our cabs was about a 30-minute drive. It was about $60. So definitely on par with the US. And we actually went back and looked. We only used a cab 4 times. Um, but each time was a pretty significant cost. But yeah, the trains though, very inexpensive. Couple dollars for the full day when we were going to different stops around the city. So yeah, definitely the trains I would say were a definitely affordable option, which leads into number 7 actually. That the train was easy to navigate. I thought that we had no issues.
No, we
Mm-mm,
never got turned around.
mm-mm. No, and we got where we needed to be. The trains were easy to navigate, and kind of back to the first point, they're efficient. If one, the times of day that we were on the trains, if one was leaving the platform as we were walking, there was another one within 4 to 5 minutes. So we never felt like we had to wait very long for a train, and we learned pretty quickly to not take the train during work hours.
Yeah,
We did that one time. We took the train like,
they can get crowded.
oh yeah, like super crowded
Yeah.
during people coming getting off work, and so we learned to not do that, and we had a much easier and much more pleasant experience. But yeah, I would say easy to navigate was number 7.
Wi-Fi was accessible pretty
Mm-hmm.
much everywhere there in Tokyo.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. Um, in Japan, Alex didn't even have like an eSIM or an international SIM card, and it wasn't even needed because everywhere we went had Wi-Fi, free
Mm.
public access to Wi-Fi, and we also have VPNs on our phone, so we are able to connect to public Wi-Fi without data breaches. But yeah, Wi-Fi being everywhere was very nice, and it being free, which made it affordable. But yeah, and then number 9 was the affordability of food in Tokyo being plentiful. Like there is no shortage of cheap eats in Tokyo, Japan, and that really helped our budget. We never we ate exclusively, I think, affordable food. We never felt like we overpaid for things, like a super pricey meal, never the case. And we did a good amount of like fast food, sit down restaurant, street cart food. We ate at Tokyo Disney. We did, um, we did. Oh my goodness, 7-Eleven convenience store, and we also did grocery store food. Food where it's like prepackaged, you can just heat it up. So we got a good range of food,
Hmm.
and it was plentiful. Like we were able to eat and stay on budget. Yeah, overall, those were our nine first impressions of Tokyo, Japan. Let us know in the comments below if you thought our impressions were similar to yours, if you had any other first impressions of Tokyo that we didn't touch on. And be sure to follow along on our journey. We are a newlywed couple who quit our jobs to travel the world for our first year of marriage. Hope to catch you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.